Jesus Christ. Okay, that got me. Alright, let's go. Welcome back. We are in the exact same place I said we would be. Except, while stopping the last recording, it decided to pull out my gun. Yes, there will be issues. We get it. I'm going to wait for this thing to stop ticking because... There we go. Maria is going to get a little bit impatient here, but that's okay. She can live with it as we move forward. Now, the story that she told, and if you missed it, go back to episode 4, and it's basically at the very end of the episode, where she'll tell the story about the man and the woman in the lake. So, remember how I said way back in episode 1, and again in 2, and probably again in 3, that James never made it to Silent Hill alive. Is that a picture? Yep. Birds. 5. The story about that is, I think that's kind of an allegory for him driving into the lake actually taking him. And the light that the woman had, the candle, that was Maria's life force, or life, or whatever you want to call it. So she mentions that the candle does eventually go out, and he loses his way. I think that's actually Maria dying. When the candle finally goes out, where'd she go? When the candle finally goes out, that is just Maria dying. So, he ends up coming here because Maria Mary, they're the same person in this theory, so I'll be using their names interchangeably. But when her candle went out, she needed to light a new candle. Ergo, the letter. To encourage him.
I think it came from inside the theater.
Definitely came from inside the theater. Theater's locked. We're gonna go this way first. Oh, there's nothing over there. The letter was written as a reigniting of that candle. To light James's way as he navigates death. As he navigates hell. And to find her. Not just to find Mary, but to find Maria. So I think that I don't think that story was just something they randomly put in here as some weird story beat. It's actually saying what this entire story is about.
Anyway. And James,
Yeah.
be careful in there.
Yeah. I think it's also important to point out how meaningful the time is. We're just listening to this.
Why are you staying here? I thought the cops were after you.
I don't think they follow me here. Besides, I blocked the door, so no one could get in. Not the cops, and not these other monsters.
You're weird.
Yeah, that's what everyone always says.
Well, I guess people call me weird too. And they yell at me. Especially when there's
it's important that we listen to this.
They're angry with you?
I don't know. Maybe.
So why don't you just say you're sorry? It always works for me.
They wouldn't listen. Nobody ever listens.
Okay. So, we talked about the story with James and Maria. And, wait, did we see her run away? Oh, she's already gone. And now we have to talk about Laura again, and Eddie here, because they're interesting too. This is the only time where we ever see them interact with each other, or at least hear them interact with each other. By the way, we're gonna roam around this place while we talk about this. Laura, for James, is the embodiment of his regrets, as I had mentioned, but she plays a different role for Eddie. Another smashed up toilet. Okay, cool. I'm just, every time I come in one of these bathrooms, I'm just waiting for something to scream at me when I touch one of the stalls. It's a fancy movie theater, I'll tell you that. But anyway, Laura's James is James's regrets, and the constant reminder of those negative thoughts that he might have had when it comes to Mary. But for Eddie, I think she plays something different. I mean, she's still a mean, nasty little girl. But we don't know much about Eddie's home life, his family, and I just kind of want to put it out there. What if she plays a role of, maybe not a sister, but like she's the other kids, there you go. She's the other kids that had picked on Eddie as he was growing up. That's what she plays. So she's the bully to him. She's those nasty kids, even the ones that might have been nice to him and spent some time with him, maybe even called him a friend. That's what she represents to him. Because it's clear... Oh, we have a cutscene. We'll watch this real fast and then I'll continue.
Eddie?
Oh. You're,
James. We met back at the apartment building.
Yeah. I remember.
I see that you didn't make it out yet.
Yeah. I just didn't get around to it yet.
Well, at least you got your appetite back. Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Hell.
That's probably just Laura messing around.
The little girl? Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
I'm gonna go look for her. You coming?
Now you want me to come with you?
Never mind.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. So, let's start unpacking it. So as I mentioned, Laura, I think, just acts as the bullies that Eddie had to deal with. Even the nice ones. Which sounds interesting. Nice bullies, but you know. I guess there are things that could exist. And did you notice that even still he had... Okay. Even still he had the breath coming out of his mouth, the condensation coming out of his mouth there. It's clear that they are in the same space, but they are in two different spaces at the same time. So there's this that was weird.
Laura?
Oh, okay. There's this scientific theory, almost fact, that two things can't exist in the same spot. But we have two different worlds layered on top of each other. And they are living within these two different worlds. Maybe living's not the right term because clearly they're both dead. These two places are in the same existence. Sitting right on top of each other. And his is cold. And he's breathing out hard. And we can see that. But James, even though they're in the same place, we couldn't see his breath. Now, you could make the argument that, well, he's eating ice cream and there's probably cold coming off the ice cream, but that ice cream was soup. I mean, he'd be pulling it out in clumps if it still had any kind of form to it other than a liquid. So the ice cream is clearly melted. But we don't see Eddie's world either. Not yet, anyway. What the... Okay, I thought that was, saw something different there. So maybe in his world, it was a frozen ice cream. Yeah, we can go there, but we're gonna wait. But in James's world, it was clearly melted. Also, I mentioned it before too, and I said Eddie is just... I just don't like him.
Hey!
I wouldn't bully him. I was never the bullying type. But he's just so inconsistent. Like, he tells James, now you want me to come with you. Correct me if I'm wrong. And, like, literally, you can go back and watch the first video because the whole scene is in there. James never asked him to come with him. Eddie asked James to come with him, though. And James said, I need to go find someone. Which we have found. We have found the person he is looking for, whether he knows it or not. But then he gets pissy about it. He's like, oh, now you want me to come with you? It's like, James didn't reject him. I mean, okay, he did reject him, but he had reason to do so. He was looking for somebody. Eddie wasn't looking for anybody. So for him to try to throw that kind of attitude is just... Kid, come on. And Eddie's not... He's not like Angela. I don't think Eddie is interesting. I don't think Eddie is a 16 or 17-year-old boy, where Angela is a 16 or 17-year-old girl. Eddie is easily in his 20s. 19, 20.
Laura, stop! It's dangerous!
Somewhere around there. And, I don't know, for him to act like that's just ridiculous. It drives me up the damn wall. his story is tragic, and I feel for the guy, but
Maria?
no, I'm
Did you
sorry.
see a little girl?
Yeah, I tried to stop her, but she went that way. We can still catch her.
And here's another point about Laura being part of... Oh, ran to a pole. About Laura being part of Silent Hill and not some construct for James. She knows what each of these people have gone through, and she knows exactly what to say and how to manipulate them. Oh, that's something that I also want. I forgot to talk about that in the strip club. The manipulation tactics of Maria. Because there's another way we can look at that. And I think there's another way we should look at that. What's that? Nothing. But if Laura and Mary did actually know each other, and Laura is taken off like a bat out of hell like she just did, running away from James, who is essentially her boogeyman, or just something for him to chase after.
James, look.
I'm looking. God, the hospital. I hate the hospital so much. Honestly, I think Labyrinth was my favorite set piece in this entire game. Which is crazy to say. Like, that's insane. But I'm gonna look for some more items in here before we go into the hospital. And I need to finish this this point that I'm making here before I have to get to the next ones. But if Laura knew Mary, and Laura feels that James is chasing her, and James, he's chasing her, but she's not running away from him so much as she is leading him onto something, to his guilt, to that thought that he had about Mary dying, about him just taking her life. Why wouldn't she have stopped and ran towards Maria and asked Maria to protect her if they knew each other? I mean, and the obvious answer would be, well, because Maria and Mary aren't the same. But in this theory, they are. And I think she...
Hey, come on. We gotta catch up to her.
Yeah, screw her.
Yeah.
She didn't run to Maria because Maria would have exposed the truth. Or maybe Laura would have just disappeared. Who knows? His guilt would have gone away. But he wouldn't be here without that guilt, right? Ah, crap, wait. I don't want to go in here just yet. We need to talk about some more stuff here. And see if there's anything else around. And we can just enjoy the scenery. What we can see of it, anyway. So, yeah, it's weird to me that Laura would not have just run to the person that looks like Mary. Like, how would Laura know that Maria isn't Mary when they didn't spend nearly as much time together as James and Maria did? And every time James looks at Maria, he has to look away a bit because what he is seeing is not the woman he remembers, but somewhere in there he knows it's her. Like, he knows they're the same person, but he won't accept it. Laura, I think if someone's twin came around the corner and Laura would just run to the twin because it would look like them. So let's get in here real fast. And let's talk about
Is that a gun cabinet? In a hospital?
Yeah, but it's empty.
Well,
Somehow that seems worse.
we are in America. It's only a matter of time till they start shooting up hospitals. Fucking lunatics. Anyway. Maria's manipulation tactics. She was definitely manipulating him, but manipulating him in the way she needs him to stay around. That where he keeps pushing forward to find someone who doesn't exist anymore, she's trying to show him she is that person. And she basically says it as much later on in the game. Which, we will get there, and we're going to talk about that.
Where did she go?
Yeah, who cares?
No. Let's look around.
Not a Laura fan, clearly. Oh, that is... In case of any problems, reports head nurse in exam room 3. Okay. Is there anything on the backside? No. What'd you find? Okay. Let's look in here. What's this? Crucial page. Huh. I wonder who that crucial patient is. I legitimately mean that. Oh, nothing here. Bummer. That's a cool little effect, but I don't want to get too much into the development just yet with this.
It looks like there's a key in there.
There's a few keys in there, buddy.
No.
We should look around. Might be written down somewhere.
Yeah, in exam room 3. Okay. But anyway, what I was saying about her manipulation tactics, I don't think they were just there to be malicious. It's a picture of the nurses up here that I always think is interesting. That's not it. I think it's this one over here. Nope, that's the trees. Oh, perfect. Because you know we're going to be looking at that thing a lot. Hospital before. Okay. Anyway, her manipulation. Her pushing like that is the same as James pushing, trying to find Mary. Poor attempt. Okay, no, this isn't one of the blacked out ones yet. Because there's another sign of his guilt that we'll have to examine. There she is.
There.
Laura! Wait!
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
God damn it.
Why would she run from us?
I don't think she likes me very much.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
And I legitimately think he does not know there. He hasn't figured out that she's the guilt. We have to explore. That's just... That's the nature of it all. And it's an analysis video, so... I know we're playing through it and having some commentary, but at the end of the day, this is an analysis video, so... The more I can show you guys, the more we can talk about, and the more I can continue on with this theory of mine. She went up, we're going down. I also like to find free things, like bullets. I probably have enough bullets that I can just start blasting everything in sight and Well, that's not gonna work. But yeah. There's something fun about Mary. Of course it's locked. Okay. I did look this up online. Wait, do we need to go down? No, because it's locked. Oh, because we have to get the key, which means we have to get to exam room 3, which is over here. And I'm assuming it's this way, because there's exam room 2. And then there's exam room 3. There we go.
What was that?
Not sure. Better stay on your guard.
I'd rather her jump in here with me. But anyway, I did look this theory up online, and I have not shared the theory with you just yet. Mary's last name is Shepherd. Well, it's, what is it? It's Shepherd Sunderland. I think it's her full last name. And if you play the Silent Hill that... Wait a minute, we were in the room. Why didn't we... There should have been a note or something in here that I'm missing. Yep, here it is. I wrote down for you. You should probably be able to remember. Went in the lobby. Just look around now. Nurse, Dr. Trees. Nurse Dot. That was why I was looking for the nurses. Okay, so... Slide a little closer to the mic there. Let me... There were 2 doctors. So nurse, doctors, trees. So 2, 4... Those are nurses? No. Okay. So we just gotta go back in here. We have to find the nurses. And I think there was 6 nurses, if I'm remembering the picture correctly. It's either 5 or 6. Anyway. Wait. Is this them? Nope. Where are you guys? I can't go in here. Where are we? Mary's last name. Shepherd. The Silent Hill that everybody hates. Silent Hill Homecoming, which I guess is technically the 5th one, if I remember correctly. In the quote-unquote numbered series, but... What the hell are these nurses? There they are. Oh, 7. I was close. Foreshadowing. I kind of think that when Mary died, or when she was dying, she was brought back here well before she was even dead. 7, 2, I hope it was 4. 4. Yep. All the keys.
Basement.
Oh, of course.
I agree with her on that one. And I'm actually just going to save again because something I need to do. For my nerves. Cool. Okay. So, I think when she was dying, when it was a foregone conclusion that Mary was going to die, the town brought her back. Now, the reason I say the town brought her back...
This place feels so empty. More than the other places we've been.
Well, yeah. So the reason I bring this up is in Homecoming, the town that is just across the lake from Silent Hill is Shepherd's Glen. I think that's correct. And it's named after the Shepherd family. And the guy who's in that game. His last name is Shepard too. Now I don't think...
Hey, this one's open.
Okay, this is actually a perfect place for us to really talk this through.
Doesn't work.
We gotta go into one of these exam rooms so she can be oh so comfy. And we're gonna be visiting that exam room quite often because, like I said, I actually like Maria. I think she's a cool character. And I'd say arguably a little bit more tragic than James. Because this is their story. You can't have one without the other. Let's put it that way.
Generator.
You think you could get over here? Might get the elevator running again.
That's a good idea.
More of those things.
Where? Oh, there's a stealth section in this part too, isn't there? Not like right now, but... Oh, you son of a... Rude! Okay, anyway. Back to Shepherd's Glen. I think Maria is indeed... I saw it there and I just didn't... That one got me to jump a little bit there. She's part of that family. I don't think she was... God, I can't remember the protagonist's name in Homecoming right now. It's just skipping my mind. I'm going to have to... Once we get Maria Mary in the room, we're going to... I have to go look that up real fast. Where do you want me to push this thing? Okay. Well... No, until you tell me where I need to push it. Oh, wait, you know what? We have to go through here because it's on the other room. Anyways, I was saying. And I'm going to go look his name up here in just a bit. Come on. Oh, God, this thing is so janky. Dude! That's just... rude. There's another one? No. Okay.
I think they're gone.
I
No.
sure as hell hope so. Okay. We gotta get her to her room. But anyway. Yeah, that's how that goes. But... Ugh. Okay, I'm not being audible about it, because like I said, I'm not going to sit here and scream over the mic about every time something jumps up at me. But I'm going to let you guys know that every time one of those things pops up around the corner, I get chills. Thought I killed you. It's enough. Good heavens. It's giving me goosebumps or chills or something like that. I hate those things so much, but I'm just not going to be here screaming my head off. I'm getting gasoline, girl.
Don't worry. I'll be right back.
I promise ya.
Better.
1932. What was I talking about? Mary and the Shepherd family. I do think that she is related to that family in somehow. As a matter of fact, I think she could be a cousin of the... You know what? Hold on. Let's just do this real fast, because it's going to drive me up the wall until I remember what that guy's name is. I'm going to hear my browser making noises here. What was that guy's name? I don't even remember the brother's name. Yada yada yada. Windows. Gameplay. Alex, that's his name. Alex Shepard. Okay. We got a name. Okay, sorry about that. Sure, that was exciting. But anyway, easy. I think she might be Alex's like cousin or something. Where did you go? Okay. Good God, girl. You gotta scare me like that. Oh, we didn't get the gasoline yet. I think they may have been cousins or something, but I don't think they were they weren't like brother and sister, obviously. And I think she was probably older than Alex as well, because I think James and Mary are like somewhere in their early 30s. And by the time Alex comes back, he's like 23, 24 maybe, something like that. Yep, yeah, it's a gasoline tank. But I think she is related to them. And no. No, I'm coming. That sounded wrong. There we go. Anyway. Yeah, you're not jumping on me this time. Is there some more in here? It's almost about to become a murder spree in here. Murder's not good. Don't do it. Are you okay? Jesus, why are you making that noise? Come on, come. Oh, Maria. Maria. Why did you just hang out next to me? I have questions about your sanity. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Okay. We're good. I gotta wait for this thing to stop ticking. Like, it really does just throw off my whole game. Okay, now that's done. Why is that a link? Oh, it's loud again, so we're gonna wait a minute.
Let's check out the elevator.
Sounds good. I remember the basement being way scarier than that, but I'm also slightly distracted explaining all this stuff. Interesting. So why is that link important to this? So, where is it? Oh my God, I don't... No, come here. Why am I so bad? Oh my God, that's 3. I should just let it hit me at this point. No. Ugh. Good God, finally. Okay. So why that link is so important. The legend with Shepherd's Glen is a family would have to give up their firstborn, and I believe it was their firstborn. I don't think it was just they had to give up the boy. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. I really feel like I should probably open that, but we're not. I don't think it was just the son that they had to give up. I think it was just whomever the firstborn was. And I'm going to assume Mary, probably not the firstborn. Maybe like the middle child or something. Of whoever the dad in Homecoming was. Because that guy was a piece of work. Like, when he got axed, I was happy, to say the least. But, everybody in Shepherd's Glen is almost inherently tied to Silent Hill somehow. And I think that when somebody's on their deathbed, and it's especially one of the founding families, because remember, the Shepherd family was one of the founding families of Shepherd's Glen, which means in some way they're probably one of the founders of Silent Hill as well. So those two towns are connected. And whenever one of the founding family members is going to die, their soul gets brought here. And that's because of Alessa Gillespie. Something we can talk about in a slightly later episode, because I've already mentioned her like twice at this point. And that's kind of why, that's how I think Mary ended up in this place anyway. And why they would come back here. Because it wasn't just their special place, it was their home. And Mary may have grown up in Shepherd's Glen before everything went to absolute hell with her cousin. You coming? Come on, darling. Thank you. We need to go up. But anyway, as far as the theories online go,
You trying to blind me, James?
a little bit with my love. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, they just cutscene for me. That's cool. I kind of want a cookie. Like an Oreo. Oreo sounds good right now. Like a mega stuff. The more frosting, the better. Okay, the idea with this game is that we're gonna get the Maria ending. That's why we're spending so much time with her. Okay, good. She's in her room.
Hey. You okay?
I'm sorry.
That's fine. What's going on? Are you sure?
It's nothing. Probably just a hangover.
Maybe you should rest.
Yeah. Okay. So comfy.
I'm gonna go look for Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
James? I wanted to ask you. What if you can't find Mary? What will you do?
I haven't really thought about that.
Get back soon, okay?
Another one of those questions of hers. We will be coming back and visiting her often as well, because we need to spend a fair amount of time with her to, she's in room C3? C5. We gotta spend a fair amount of time with her if we want to, get her ending. So, yeah, like I was saying, I think she kind of her soul got zapped here once her death was inevitable. which would have been 3 years ago. And maybe, just maybe, that's also why James marked that date or that year as the day she died, because he felt her soul leave. Now that's some metaphysics shit, but we're theory crafting here, right? So this is where the creepy bathroom is. Hold on. I think if we push on this one, nope, never mind. One of these bathroom stalls screams at us. Just gotta find the right one. Also, what's in room C2? No bullets. No this room is, oh. But they had a TV. Alright, give me a second. I gotta go let the dogs in. Okay. The game was totally paused there, but I learned new tricks, so let's continue. What theory were we on? We already got to the Shepherd's Glen one, right? No, not totally. Because I did say... What did I say? Mary is part of that whole Shepherd's Glen fiasco that's going on. Okay, we can go down there easily now. And that's why she's in Silent Hill to begin with. And I think that's why they visited it in the first place, was it's her hometown. Let's push that keyboard in, because we don't need that.
Where is the girl?
And here they are. Yep, done. Okay. We're definitely going to be talking about these nurses here. In this particular room. There's a lot that goes on with this room. Maybe not necessarily in this part of the world, or this part of the game, but we're gonna get there. Storatives. Now, wisdom says we should go down the way the nurse came from. The bobblehead, that's what they call them in this, the bobblehead nurses. You know, that could be something to... So, I'm gonna spit out an unpopular opinion here. Because I just don't think I have much of a choice. Especially with how deep and stuff I'm going in with my theories. Pyramid Head. And maybe I'm just trying to justify something here, but it makes sense to me. When Homecoming came out, people... Okay, where's Vader? Father? Are you in here? Are we gonna stick our hand in? Okay. Let's just do this. Attention, the following. Response. I remember laying in the water empty. Had to get out, had to get out. Okay. Conduct it with... Okay, so they actually blurred it out there too. What room did he just mark? Director's room, Maria. We're gonna go visit Maria here in a minute again. Honestly, I should probably just stand in the room with her for a while I talk about some stuff. That's a good idea. Sorry, I was muting the mic so I could properly cough. Oh. Not today. It's kind of loud, so I'm gonna... Where is you? That's one. Two. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have some action before we get there. Which means we're probably going to get a little bit lost, and this whole thing is going to take a little bit more time. But this isn't just a playthrough. It's an analysis video as well. So let's go back to our... wrong button. Yeah. Let's go back to our wife. Look, they made it easy for us to get back to her even. Okay. Did she say something this time?
Sorry, I just need a moment.
That's fine. I need a moment too. Okay, so Pyramid Head. When Homecoming came out, a bunch of people were super pissed off that Pyramid Head and the nurses came back and yada 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 yada. I think some of the original team was pissed off as well. Now we know why they did that, because Pyramid Head was iconic, is iconic, and the nurses are iconic. I mean, they are some of the creepiest monsters in all of gaming. But let me link this all together here. I spent a little bit more time in the room with her because I really do want to get that ending. The idea was that Pyramid Head was a construct just for James. Here's why I think this is wrong. And I know that's what, I assume that's what some of the writers intended. At least that's what people will say that it was, but I don't quite believe it too much. But let me say why Pyramid Head being a construct just for James is wrong. In the lore of Silent Hill, Pyramid Head is the executioner, or I think that's what he's known as. He's the executioner. There's even a painting of him in the Historical Society, and I think it says executioner under there. Now, that's in the fog world. That's in the world where everybody kind of is. That's their personal hell, right? So Maria, Angela, James, Eddie, they can all see that if they need to go there. Okay, we gotta move on. Now, that tells me that... Did we go in this room? Nope. What that tells me is Pyramid Head wasn't made specifically for James. Okay, we gotta go find Vader. But he is part of the town. And that's just how it is. He's part of the town. So he could be part of anybody's personal hell when you get down to it. He's not just here for James. So, bringing him back in Silent Hill 4, and to be honest with you, I think the helmet in Silent Hill 4, I'm sorry, bringing him back in Homecoming, and I think his helmet in Homecoming is a pretty badass design. I think bringing him back in Homecoming wasn't necessarily a bad idea, because I've already established that Shepherd's Glen and... Hearing a lot more doors than I thought I opened here. Are we just... Yeah, we are. Crap, we're lost. Oh. Did I totally missed that. Okay. Just so we don't have to run around in circles, because Lord knows I will do something like that. Real quick, funny story about this puzzle. I solved this completely on accident the first 2 times I played it, so we're gonna see if we can completely solve it on accident again this time. Save point. But anyway. With the 2 towns connected, it would make sense that they would both have their own version of the Executioner. Now, of course, in Homecoming, they call him the Boogeyman, which I think... Okay, so that's why we need the key that's in the hand. I think that's the worst part about Pyramid Head in Homecoming, is that they gave him the name the Boogeyman. That's just lame. We're going to listen to that tape here in a minute. The patience. But I don't know, it makes sense that he would be there. And that he is tormenting yet another shepherd. So maybe it's not so much that Pyramid Head is tied to James, because as I said, I just think he was there, he's the disease, because he's constantly killing Maria/Mary, and then he's chasing after Alex in Homecoming. Maybe he's just the retribution of the Shepherd family. He's after them and not necessarily James. Hot take, right? But I think it's okay that he was in the game. The nurses, that's just a trope. You know, he was in a hospital, that's just a trope. But when they start showing up in weird places, that's like, eh. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to write some stuff down here. And I also want to move the mic back slightly while we read this. Okay, what did I miss? It used to. I should check the backside of that. Nothing there. Okay. Delusions persist. Bathing required to be carried out in the treatment room. Constant surveillance. Okay, so we gotta go to the treatment room. Thank you, James. Move to L1. Can't be left alone. Move to L1 for closer monitoring. Okay. Mark down L1. And we are off. So, in some cases, I think, God, we're going to have to cut this episode short, too. Time flies when you're having a good time. If you call this a good time. Okay, so there's L1. Treatment room is up there, so we just got to go down this hallway. And we should be able to find it. So even though we... Jesus Christ. Okay, that got me. Alright, let's go. Yeah, my knife is bigger than your knife. You're dead, right? Yes. Even though we're playing as James through this, the more and more I'm thinking about it and I'm going through these theories of mine, the less and less I'm thinking that the whole story is about James in the first place. Like, maybe the story is really about Mary and the Shepherd family. And wouldn't that have been an interesting place for them to have taken Silent Hill F? Like, honestly. Like, let's explore the Shepherd family some more. All these bullets and no gun for it. That's creepy. Not that I'm even using a gun. Okay, let's see where we are. Couldn't get into the treatment room that way, and I think we tried that big door that's over here, right? Because this is the door to the treatment room. And yeah, okay. So we'll try the one over here. But yeah, I think James is just... Maybe he was just the vessel for us to experience this world. Where is it? Okay. She's somewhere around here. And we are just going to be attacking those nurses. Like, usually when you play this game, you want to run away from them because they are brutal. Like, a gun. Thank you. Don't want to, but thank you. Cutscene? Cutscene. We're gonna need that in a moment, James. Good find, buddy. Good find. I am so glad I'm playing this with surround sound. There's another one. Hold on, we gotta find her. Because we can't let that stand. It's very difficult to theory craft when there's murderous nurses around. Open the door, James. Is she in here? She got up! Where's the other one? Oh, she opened up the door over there. No? Where are you? I don't like the noises you make. Yeah, I thought the door was open. Okay. Cool. We're good. More bullets for the gun we have. Okay. But yeah, actually, thinking about it, that would have been a cool idea to follow the Shepherd family a little bit more and link some stuff together. But I do want to talk about, because we're probably not going to play Silent Hill Homecoming, honestly. It is one of my favorite ones, just because even when I played it then, I was seeing these links between Homecoming and... It's on the other side. Oh, she's still here. Wait, maybe she's in here. Oh, you know, she's... Come on. That's the one that we were missing before. L1. Perfect. I'm probably not going to do another I'm not going to do a recorded playthrough of that. And as much as I enjoy the game, like, I actually kind of like the story of the game. It's... the combat is bad. It's just really bad. They could have done better on the combat. Which is apparently a hot topic right now for Silent Hill F, that it's... people are saying it feels too much like a Souls-like, and... maybe. Like, I think what made it... from what I'm seeing from the game so far, I'm thinking what may have made F a little bit more scarier is... kind of like Outlast. They should have done an Outlast thing where instead of your character... there was another stairwell and I wanted to explore it. And now I can't find it. Wait a minute. Where's Mary? Maria. I hear her. Oh, we are not going to be able to fight Flesh Lips with a freaking chainsaw. We can't do that. It's just not happening. Okay, let's go straight from here. Let's go spend some time with Maria real fast. Because oddly enough, we're getting to the point where we're going to have to, oddly enough, inevitably enough, we're getting to the point where I'm going to have to stop this. And actually, I'm thinking, let's do this. Let's hang out here for a minute. She rolled over? No, not yet. So,
I'm alright. I'm just tired.
okay. We're going to hang out here for a moment. But yeah, if they did something more like a Outlast, where you don't have weapons, or you don't have a lot of weapons, and you were totally underpowered, like, I think that would have been better for Silent Hill F. That would have been so much cooler. But I'm going to abide by my own rules, and I'm going to say that I'm not the one developing the game. It's not my game to make those calls on. So I'm going to let the artists and developers of that game cook, because it's their game, and I'm going to respect their decisions. With that said, though, this one's going to be a bit shorter because I do kind of want to get to the hospital. So we'll be picking this up in episode 6? Is that where we are? 6? I think it's 6. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.